So today is an exciting day. Why, you might be asking? Well, today we're going to start the build on our front porch. So the first material we have to get here are our footers. The footers we're using are the concrete blocks that we can put our 4x4s into. I can't tell you how excited I am to start this project. We've been talking about this project for months, and here we are, we're finally able to get started. One of the things I wanted to do differently this time, as opposed to the first porch that I built, is I wanted to make sure I had all of our material on hand and we were ready to go. And thankfully, we are. So the black flies are still out. They're just not out in force today. I think with the last couple days of rain and the time of year it is, I think they're starting to die off. Now, if they get any worse than they are right now, I will absolutely have to put my net back on. But as of right now, they are manageable, so that's good. Now, because the next couple of days are going to be sunny and they're going to be very hot, I got to get my canopy up because I've got to be able to work in some shade, because my fat ass does not like full-on, blown-on sun. I'll just get overheated and I won't want to do anything. So we're going to get this canopy up and we'll kind of take a look and start marking out what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we've got the canopy up, we've got some of the materials we're going to need here. Now the next thing I have to do, before I can even lay out really where the footers are going, the first thing I need to do is I got to get rid of all this grass and all the weeds and so forth and get this area cleaned up so I can work the ground. Now we are using the same design as we used on the back porch. Now the reason that we're putting the 2-inch foam board under the blocks is to help prevent the blocks from lifting from frost heave. The foam should prevent the area directly underneath the block from freezing and from lifting from the frost heave. Holy smokes, these black flies have come out from me digging around in the gravel there, and they are just inundating me. Now, the reason we know that the foam board works, because the back porch has not moved due to frost heave underneath the porch. So that's a huge plus. This is a method that we've been able to prove out. Now, one of the things we will have to do to help again with the frost heave is once the porch is in place and we've got the skirting on, we're going to add foam board along the edge, the outside edge of the skirting, again to help prevent the frost from getting into the ground underneath our porch. Now, the porch that we're building is going to be 18 by 6, and as such we're going to use 6 piers. We're going to have 2 by 6s running from this post over to this one, 9 feet. These blocks here are at 7 feet from the center. So we'll have a 2-foot overhang on this side. And the same applies to this side. This spacing here is 7 feet and then 2 feet off the side. Now, because of the size of our porch, I'm not too concerned with the 7-foot spread. That's more than enough that we need. I have one more block to level up and get into place. And then we'll be able to start cutting our 4x4 studs that are going to fit in the center of our blocks. I'm going to take a moment and we're going to go check on Jen, see what she's doing. She's over in our GPS taking care of something, probably one of the most important things that we do on our homestead, and it has to do with our solar. Hey, hon.
Hey.
How you doing?
Oh, just having a ball.
Yeah? What you got going on in here?
I am checking the water levels in the batteries and topping them off.
Oh, yeah. How are they looking?
Looking pretty good.
Oh, that's good. So we have to check these every 3 months,
Yep.
and we verify the water level is good. Yeah.
Top them off, clean off the tops.
Can I see one of those dirty tops?
Well, they're not too bad because I've been cleaning them.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That looks good. It's not bad for 3 months of service.
Nope.
All right, well, we'll let you finish up.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Sure you don't want to do it?
No, no, I'm building you a front porch.
Oh.
Okay, gotta go. Love you. It's so important to do the maintenance on your batteries, especially with flooded lead acid like the ones we have. And that maintenance is checking that battery water and filling it when it's needed. That battery water is really the blood of our batteries, and when it's low, it does affect them tremendously. So if you haven't checked your batteries in a while, use this as a reminder and go check your batteries. So now that our blocks are in place, the next step here is to cut some 4x4s, and we are going to have to cut the end plates or the end parts on the 4x4s we have, because they're not going to fit inside of these grooves on our blocks. So I'll show you that in just a heartbeat. This dimension right here, this is too big. So what I've got to do is I got to get the dimensions off the blocks, come back here, scribe them out, and then cut this so that the 4x4 will slide into that groove. But before I can even do that, I've got to cut some pieces here. I think I'm going to cut these to 16 inches. I'll end up having to cut them later again, but that's okay. Perfect, clean cut. There's just a little scribe mark right here, but that's perfect in my book. All right, and so from here, I need to measure out 3 3/4. All right, so truth be told, this is a brand new electric planer. I was fortunate enough to borrow my neighbor's when I needed it, and it was awesome. So I jumped on the old interweb and picked up a Wen. This will be the first time that I use it. So we're going to give it a shot and we're going to see how well it performs. Now what I want to do is just kind of taper this end, just kind of play around with it and see what works. Wow, that's nice. That is perfect. So as an added bonus to the planer, I have all of these wood shavings here. I can throw these right into our smudge pot. And tomorrow, when we get ready to start working out here, I can just go ahead and light this, and this will be some really nice stuff to help maybe possibly push some of these black flies out of here. Now, if you're asking yourself why I'm working off the back of Dory instead of, I don't know, maybe some sawhorses, well, it's because my sawhorses are in the carport being used right now to hold up all the lumber for this project. Now, I'm hoping once I get the deck on, it'll free up my sawhorses. I can bring those out here. I can put Dory away, and I can just work off the sawhorses. So it's safe to say that it's a beautiful day. It's going to be a hot one. And I think for the most part, the black flies have died away. I've seen a handful of them here and there. But right now would be an ideal time for them to be out, and they're not out. So we don't have to wear the hat net right now. We may have to change that up later. But as far as right now, I can wear my trusty hat here. This is my summer hat I've been wearing since we moved here. It keeps the sun off of my neck, and I like it. It's cool. It's soft. It's breathable. All that good stuff. Well, we've got the 4x4 uprights on the blocks. We stained them yesterday, so the next thing I've got to do, I got to level them out. I've got to figure out where I want the height of the deck to the door, and then we're going to get this leveled, get them cut, and get the 4x4s in place, and then secure everything. All right, so to get the proper height from my deck, what I'm going to do is basically come over here. I'm going to measure down 11 inches, which is what all the lumber is going to be, to the top of the deck board. I'm going to mark it along the skirting, and then I'm going to use a level and come out to this post. I'm going to mark this post with where that mark is. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut that post, and then I'm going to run a level from this post over to this post, cut it, and then the same thing with these here. So that way I make sure that all 6 of these posts are all level, and when I build my deck, it'll be level to the cabin. Okay, so the next step I have to do now that these are all cut and leveled up is I've got to cut some 4x4s because they're going to run across these two, and then the deck will sit on those 4x4s. So I've got to go get some 4x4s cut, and we'll get them in place. And then once we have the 4x4s in place, then we can take a look at the actual footer, make sure everything's aligned, make sure it's square, and go ahead and fasten everything, and then fill all of this in with gravel. So I was over at the shop putting a couple tools away, and a poor hummingbird got stuck up in the roof. And so Jen and I are doctoring him up, and let's see how he's doing. So I think he was just completely exhausted when I found him, but he's much more alert right now, standing up on his own, moving on his own. Jen gave him a little bit of sugar water, so hopefully in the next 20 or 30 minutes he'll be able to fly out of his little hospital there and go about his business. So we'll just keep tabs on him. What's up?
He flew out but almost fell in between that pathway.
Oh. Okay. Here, hold that. Where is he?
No, I got him already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got him back in there, but he's trying to fly out, but he's still not strong enough.
Okay. So then let's put him up here.
I'm just afraid he's going to fall. You at the roof?
Okay. Well, he is gone. He flew and then I don't know where he went.
Did he go up on the roof?
I don't see him on the roof. I am almost certain he's going to be somewhere in that tree. Unless he hit the ground somewhere, but let's see.
After you check this side, check the other side too.
All right, we're going to see if we can't find a hummingbird. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. That's if he even did fall. All right, well, we don't know where he went. We think that he flew up over this way towards where we're standing right now, but
he's not on the ground. He's not perched anywhere obvious.
no. So hopefully we saved him. We don't know, but hopefully we saved him.
He just still seemed a little tired and discombobulated.
He did.
But
He did, but at least he flew out on his own.
yep.
And yeah. All right, well, let's hope for the best.
We saved a hummingbird.
We did. We did. Now whether or not he lives, that's up to him and his maker, but we definitely did our part. So cool. All right, back to work.